All this Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Investchem Chemical Logistics, Bridgestone Tires, G&H Transport, Motormart Clarksdorp, and Associated Alterations. Back to Zwartkops. It's the final time for national championship categories this weekend, and a massive crowd coming out here to the Zwartkops circuit to see that final bit of action for 2018. We're going to start with the Investchem Formula1600s as they head into this final round with Stuart White, the man to catch. The man from Fantastic Racing looking to get that Mazda Road to Indy and the prize fund at this weekend's final round. He's going to be pushed hard by Nicholas Van Wheelie, who's his closest rival. But there's about 19 points in it coming into this round, and it's all up to Van Wheelie to close that gap. Stuart White doing everything right and just maintaining a top 3 in all the practice sessions. Scotty Temple, though, looking like he could be the man to beat in terms of the overall wins for the day. We're on board with Andrew Schofield on the second row, looking right into the tailpiece of the road to race car of Temple. As the lights go out, ooh, a little bit of a move there from Rackstraw. The race driver, SA man, might be caught out for a jump start. Van Wheelie got off the line nicely. He goes trying to thread the needle through there on Andrew Schofield, but it's Stuart White tucked in behind Scott Temple as they head towards turn 2. Temple leads out, White in second, Van Wheelie right on his arch rival's tail and squeezing out Schofield. Schofield having to come out of that completely. Had to avoid a little touch there between the two of them. Gillespie with a good start as well. He goes onto the gearbox and looking for a way through early on Schofield. Schofield defends. Could drive up the inside there and a nice little bit of maneuvering from the 19 car of Gerard Gelderneys. He's slowly but surely getting to grips with these cars and definitely becoming a threat in that mid-pack. Front end, it's all about Temple. Look at how they're starting to spread out though. Rackstraw trying to go defensive on the 6-7 car, Pinar. Pinar on the inside through Kenwood. Ronnie's outside, that is Jeremy. Oh, it's so close. Very tight between those two cars as they came out of Mix FM corner. Here comes a move on the inside as well, a little bit further back. Coming out of Tiago Rebello. Couldn't quite get up on the inside and through on Jeremy, but he definitely showed him a wheel. We're on board here with Pinar. Looking in the rearview mirrors, watching for maneuvers if they're going to come. They go through Compendium Insurance corner now. And he runs wide. He's on the dirt. Oh, that's big. That's big in a Formula 1600. You don't want to be putting a wheel off on the dirt. These cars are not made to go off-road. And I think Liam Pinar was very lucky to survive that. Change up for second place. Great drive out of turn 2. Capitalizes through turn 3. And Van Wheelie up to second. White down to third. He can stay there all race long. He doesn't have to worry about trying to beat his arch rival in this championship. He just cannot fall any further back than possibly 10 places. That's not going to happen. Not with Stuart White. Not the way he's been looking. And remember, after that little mistake he made in Cape Town, he's certainly not looking to do the same thing here, which was costly in terms of championship points. He's now going to just sit there with Van Wheelie and allow Van Wheelie to maybe pull them up to Scott Temple. Temple in the road to race forward is getting away though. He is absolutely flying. And I don't know if anyone's going to answer to him. There's a nice move from Pinar diving through and getting ahead of Rackstraw. So the two youngsters going at it here. Just behind them, Jeremy waiting for a possible mistake from one of them. Gillespie's just ahead. He's on the back end of Schofield. So it's a nice little kind of three-way battle here. You've got the first 2 cars, or first 3 cars I should say, having a little bit of a fight. Then you've got a bit of a gap down to 4 and 5. Another gap to 6 and 7. And 6 and 7, of course, 67 is leading that battle for 6th and 7th place. Jeremy now being caught by Rebello. Behind that, it's Gelderneys being closed down by Claudio Piazza Musa, who's in Ian Schofield's car this weekend. Siyabonga Munkakwana, Gerald Wright, and Alan Mayer. Zach Edwards, new man to the class. First time out for him. Bit of a baptism of fire to come into the last round to get into grips with these cars. But needless to say, not too shabby in terms of lap times. Certainly could be a man who could run at the front once he gets used to these cars. All good in that mid-pack right now, but it's about to heat up as Liam Pinar has closed the gap down onto Gillespie. They come out of Mix FM corner and now looking for a chance to close down on Schofield. Andrew Schofield leads the second pack of cars. Gillespie in second. Gillespie in the ERP trucking car looking for a way to close down on the Investchem man. Lieutenant Alan Mayer, he is right on the tailpiece there. And Munkakwana's in trouble. There's Mayer's point of view as they go into turn 1. Nice pitching it in there, fighting it a little bit. Look at those rain clouds above us as well. That'd be a concern for later. But if you get onto the braking markers, it's not rain they're worried about right now. Munkankwana is having a bit of a fight of his own there with Gerald Wright and with LT. Mayer looking very dangerous. 1, 2, and 3, no changes. 4th place still Schofield, pulling a little bit of a gap now. Gillespie under threat from the 2 youngsters. And you can see Pinar looking for a chance now to just maybe squeeze through ahead of Alex Gillespie. We're on the last lap. Here's the road to race car that is going to take this victory. Scott Temple only coming through halfway through the season. Watch out for him in 2019. If he's able to keep up this kind of pace, Stuart White might have a little bit of a run for his money for that number 1 plate. White in 3rd place. That's going to be enough, I think, to wrap up this championship. As they come across the line, a super run to the line. Temple takes the win. He's a happy man. Road to Race taking the victory ahead of Nicholas Van Wheelie in the magnificent paint and hardware car. And fantastic racing, Stuart White comes through for 3rd. Championship sorted out. Andrew Schofield in 4th, Gillespie in 5. Liam Pinard just behind him, beating David Jeremy and Tiago Rebello. Few adjustments now to be made for the final race of the season. It's going to be a double on the day here for Temple, or Stuart White look to make it a swan song. After wrapping up the championship, I'm sure he'd love to have the final victory. The guys working frantically to get those cars all sorted out now. It's gloves on, helmets on, and time to go racing. Race face on Scott Temple of note there. Let's see if he's able to do the double here in the final run of the season. Matty Nash gives us a little bit of leg there. Let's see if it's able to work as the light's about to go off. We go racing down toward turn 1. What a start from Sia Monkukwana. A couple of guys getting caught out there, and Monkukwana not holding anything back. He dives up into about 7th place, heading into turn 1. Little touch, a couple of guys clipping the curb as well. But Monkukwana, what a maneuver there. Stuart White goes side by side with Temple, but Temple's on the inside line for turn 2 and comes out just ahead. So it's White up to 2nd. Look at the pressure here on, Schofield applying the pressure, I was about to say, on Liam Pinard. Pinard coming up on his inside, had to give way to that one. The inside line, definitely the better one to be on through turn 3. But Schofield now, look, he's lost lots of ground compared to where he was in race number 1. And looks like his teammate, Claudio Piazzamusso, under a bit of threat as well, right from the word go. And all just starting to juggle for positions here. Speaking of juggling, wow, that was so close there between White and Temple. Van Wheelie fending off the rest of this pack. Liam Pinard, opportunistic driving, diving through there on Gillespie. Gillespie maybe giving him a little bit more room than what he needed to. But Pinard not holding back here and diving through and finding a way past. So it's Liam Pinard, certainly a man on a move here in the 2nd heat. Rackstraw tried to go with him earlier on, couldn't quite get there, but now goes to fight with the other Andrew on track. Of course, that is Schofield. But further down, as I said earlier on, than what he was in the 1st heat. They go through turn 1 now. 5 cars fighting for 3rd, 2 for 1st. On the brakes, Rackstraw closes in. Looks for a way past, can't quite get that line right though. They come through, maybe he'll get good drive through turn 3 and look for something at the top of the hill. He's not close enough at this point. Just behind that, it's Jared Caldenas. He's now fending off the rest of this pack of cars. Jeremy and Rebello side by side. Tiago's point of view, Rebello is on his left-hand side. Camera on the right. Let's see who's going to come through turn 4 first. Oh! Jeremy just cutting his nose off. Further up the field, we look at Van Wheelie. Van Wheelie is under attack. It's Liam Pinard diving through on Van Wheelie. Where is this youngster getting this extra pace from here in the final heat? Liam Pinard has been always good in a single-seater, but certainly not this quick that we've seen in a Formula 1600. He's found something special here this weekend. He's up to 3rd, ahead of Van Wheelie. Van Wheelie can't do anything more about the championship. That's all been sorted out, so it's now just for the bragging rights to be on the podium for the last time. Gillespie, Schofield, and Rackstraw follow suit as they go through Compendium Insurance Corner. Down on the brakes into turn 2. Just behind that, you can see the rest of the pack coming through. Caldenas still hanging on to the lead of that one. Siabonga Monkukwana, though, looking dangerous. He's got up ahead and through on Piazzamusso. So Sia now starting to make his moves to the front end. Piazzamusso showing us the point of view as they go through turn 3. Everything she's got here through turn 3. The wings and slicks working hard. Just drifting wide to the outside. Further up, it's Van Wheelie into what could be Sunset Corner. But up into Sassel, of course, they're hard on the brakes. Pinard's made a mistake. Pinard's run wide, and Van Wheelie just says, thanks very much, I'll take that back from you. I think Liam Pinard might have just been pushing a little bit too hard there. And it's caught him out at the top end of the circuit. Coming to the bottom end now, down into G&H Transport Corner. It's Temple and White, but White has closed. Stuart White on the back end of that road to race car, the fantastic racing man coming through. Let's have a look at this from Liam Pinard's point of view. He looks in the rearview mirror, he just misses his braking point. It's costly, and he runs wide. Fortunate to catch it, but that's where he ends up, and you're not going to get out of there. Not in a Formula 1600. So Pinard out of this one. Second of the fantastic racing cars there in the kitty litter. This is Temple's point of view, looking in the rearview mirrors. White is on his tail. It's the final lap. I don't think Stuart White's going to try anything stupid here. He'll allow Scott Temple the double. Look at that. He's actually backed out of it completely. He knows it's all done and dusted. Temple's going to take the final 2 victories of the season. That's a man certainly to watch out for. And I'm looking forward to the battle between Stuart White and Scott Temple Van Wheelie, Gillespie and Schofield next season if this is the kind of pace they've found into the closing stages. 3 more corners. There is your champion. Stuart White has done it all right. And he's going to be certainly a man to watch in the Mazda Road to Indy Series next year after wrapping up this championship and getting that incredible prize. The biggest prize in motorsport at the moment in South Africa. Road to Race takes the second win. Temple on the top of the podium. White in second. And third place, Van Wheelie. He'll finish second overall in the championship, Nicholas Van Wheelie, for the Magnificent Paint team. Gillespie was fourth. Schofield and Rackstraw ahead of Geldenhuys and Monkonkwana. Final championship points positions. There you can see Stuart White ahead of Van Wheelie. Temple up to third. Gillespie, Schofield and Cam O'Connor still there in sixth place.
Scott, congratulations. Full house of points last race weekend.
Look, there's no better way to end off the season. We topped every session. Yesterday we were quickest. Today we were quickest. We did what we needed to. It's a case of a little too late for us for the championship, but you know what? We ended on a high. Huge thanks to the guys from Road to Race, and I can't say thank you enough to Matt Nash and the boys. Honestly, the car was immaculate. Big congratulations to Stuart for winning the championship. Really deserved it. We look forward to next year. Hopefully we'll be back and we can give the guys a good run for their money.
Stuart White, congratulations. 2018 Investchem Formula 1600 champion.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm over the moon. The year has really been difficult. There's been a lot going on. We had our ups and downs, but thank you to Mark Lau, Fantastic Racing, that's put in so much work behind the scenes, and Scott Sports, Fitness Faculty, OMP, and especially my parents for always being there. And also big thanks to Ian Schofield for making all of this possible and keeping the Investchem Formula 1600 series alive, and without him none of this would have been possible. So full focus now on the Road to Indy, Mazda Road to Indy shootout presented by Cooper in December. So we're working hard towards that. We have some time to prepare and full focus towards that now.
Great effort there from LT. Lieutenant Colonel Alan Mayer getting third place in the Seniors Championship. Second place going to David Jeremy from Fantastic Racing, and first place being accepted on behalf of his dad, Andrew Schofield, taking Ian Schofield's trophy. Team of the Year was Fantastic Racing, pretty self-explanatory after all of their success. The Mechanic of the Year goes to Miss Van Wheelie out of Magnificent Hardware, and a great effort from Tiago Rebello as our most improved driver. Rookie of the Year goes to Siyabonga Monkonkwana. He'll be a man to watch next year. And our top 5, Andrew Schofield taking 5th place, ahead of Alex Gillespie there in 4th. 3rd place, eventually going down to Scott Temple. After only coming through halfway through the season, he'll be a threat next year in 2019. 2nd place, Magnificent Paint and Hardware's Nicholas Van Wheelie. He'll be not too happy about 2nd, but certainly in the hunt next year. And congratulations to your 2018 champion, Stuart White from Fantastic Racing. There's your top 3. We look forward to seeing what's going to happen as he heads to the Mazda Road to Indy. There's the ticket.